And now to one of the most valuable publicly traded U.S. companies, and that is Amazon. It is said to be reconsidering its plan to open a second headquarters in New York City, a proposal that was expected to bring 25,000 jobs to the area. As first reported by the Washington Post, executives had internal discussions to reassess the situation, which has been met by local opposition. And today, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo pushed back, saying New York needs Amazon and that the incentives offered make sense.
You know what the incentive package was? We get $27 billion in revenue. They get $3 billion back. We get 27, they get $3 billion back. I would do that all day long.
We are joined now by Scott Cohn, who, as you know, has been covering this story for us all along. Scott, it's great to see you. One of Amazon's main criteria for this new headquarters site was a, quote, stable, business-friendly environment. Did the company miscalculate New York, or did New York maybe misrepresent itself?
Well, it's hard to imagine, Sue, that New York didn't put its best foot forward, maybe put a rosy picture on things. So maybe there's a little bit of that. But on the flip side, it's hard to imagine that Amazon, with everything that it knows about all of these cities that bid for this project, didn't realize that New York is a big, diverse city. It's a union town, and that it was going to hit some speed bumps potentially in actually closing the deal and getting this facility in Long Island City, Queens. So a little bit of both, and there's also no doubt a fair amount of posturing here on both sides.
Right.
This is bargaining that's playing out in public.
Exactly. But assuming that they do end up going someplace else, you have visited all of the other possible locations that Amazon was considering. If it's not New York City, who do you think it might end up being?
Well, first of all, let's be clear that Amazon is not saying that it is pulling out,
right.
But certainly there's talk about maybe entertaining that option. If anybody knows all the different options available, it's Amazon. Remember, there was 238 cities that bid on this project, 20 finalists, so the company knows all of that and knows all of the data. But at the same time, it doesn't realistically have a whole lot of options, because remember, they couldn't ultimately decide on one place, reportedly because there weren't enough workers, high-tech workers, to fill all of the jobs. So they may have to stay in New York, and one option for them is to do things kind of the old-fashioned way, and that is to pay for it from themselves. Don't give up control to New York by taking the subsidies. This is, after all, about a $180 billion a year company that's haggling over $3 billion in subsidies, so they could do it that way.